So we are here with Miss Meloney Syms, and she's going to be telling us a little bit about her Polished Presence Etiquette Week and also about Polished Present, her new consulting company. So good day, Miss Meloney. How are you?
Good afternoon. I am well. Thank you so much. Enjoying the wonderful Cayman breeze.
Yes, it is here. It is here for sure.
Yes.
So, Melanie Syms, a lot of people will know, probably they've seen you here, there, and everywhere, but they may not know who you are exactly and what your background in etiquette and protocol is. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay. Well, I've been working in the field for almost 15 years, teaching protocol, working protocol, and also teaching etiquette workshops. So I love this, what I do. I'm passionate about it, helping people to become empowered, to be more confident, and to be more poised. And also remembering our social graces, our Caymanian manners at the end of the day. You know, manners will take you everywhere.
Yes.
But that's why I decided to launch this business. It's called Polished Presence Consultant. And also kicking it off with the Polished Presence Etiquette Week, which will run from July 28th until August 1st. And it will be at the Intergenerational Hub, which
All right. So you're getting way ahead of us here. Hold on a second, honey child. So, Polished Present Consulting.
Yes.
So you saw a need in our community for such a business?
Absolutely.
Why?
Absolutely. It's one of the things that many folks, and also coming from the testimonials that I've heard, you know, the feedback from people saying that we need you, we need this type of person in our society to help bring us back to realizing our social graces. We need to help our young people, not just to, you know, learn manners, but keep them mindful of the fact that when they go overseas or they go in a different environment, they're walking with us, they're representing us. So I'm helping the young people, I'm helping adults as well in the business places to just be more confident, whether it's the dining table or whether it's the boardroom. Be more confident and poised, where etiquette is necessary.
Right.
It's being considerate as
Yes.
well. Yeah.
And I mean, first impressions matter. We know that, you know, a lot of our young people struggle, maybe not sometimes with the work, but with the social skills
Yes.
that are required in the workplace. Or if they got to lunch with like a supervisor, they don't necessarily know, well, you know, which one is the butter knife, what fork to use, those types of things.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's
Yeah.
what I want to bring, especially with the workshop. You know, it's not about learning it. It's about using the knowledge that you already have and being comfortable, being confident with it. It could be whether you're in a pageant and you're representing Cayman, or you're talking to someone on an interview. How should you conduct yourself in that type of atmosphere? Should it be a lunch interview? Because it's not about having food and enjoying yourself. It's about seeing how you conduct yourself in such an atmosphere when you represent the company as well, you know.
And yourself.
And
because
yourself,
obviously it
exactly.
reflects on you. So you've put on this Etiquette Week training.
Yes.
It's a week-long training event. So let's get into a little bit now about the workshop and the program.
Okay.
Who is this Etiquette Week training intended for?
Well, I want to touch everyone in our community. But with the launch of the business and the launch of the workshop being the flag program, during the summertime, we always focus on the young people and the children. So I thought, why not do something more aligned with our young people who have just graduated from high school, or they're ready to embark on the next stage in their life, which is college. So I'm gearing it towards 16 and 19-year-olds for that stage of their life, and also getting them ready to go off and represent themselves and be comfortable at school. And also for an older set of young people, young professionals, 20 plus and up. And that will be in the nighttime. So daytime, 9 to 12, will be for the 16 to 19-year-olds. And during the evening time, young professionals can come. It's not necessarily Monday to Friday. They can just choose one day of that week to come in and do a particular course or particular session. And then on the Friday, I'll wrap it up. We'll culminate with what you've learned during the week in the dining, luncheon tutorial at a fine upscale restaurant to pull it all together. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be interactive. It's going to be engaging. It's about role playing. It's about building up what you already know and building your confidence as you move on in the next stage of your life, whether you're looking for a job or you're looking to go off to college and you want to now integrate and make a better person, if you will.
Yes.
Yes.
Or just polish yourself to feel more comfortable
Yes.
in these different settings. Because I
Yes.
often see, we go to a lot of events for NPOs and so forth. And of course, chamber events, and there's luncheons. And you can always tell when you look around the table who's not comfortable with the dining setup. They look to what you do to see which plate they should take.
Yes.
And so really teaching individuals how to instinctively know those rules, I think would be an asset to a lot of persons.
Yes.
So this is a 4-day workshop. Tell us a little bit about what participants can expect during the 4 days.
During the 4 days, we will get into, as I mentioned earlier, some role playing. So we're talking about email etiquette. We're talking about business communications. We'll also touch on the dining workshop component. And one of the tips that I love to give folks, which we will also talk about, such as presenting yourself at the table. Where should you put your napkin? What should you do around the dining table when you're presented with, should this be my bread plate? Is it on the left? Is it on the right? Should I point my fork? Should I point my knife while I'm talking? So that's just a small component. But the other rest of the days, we're going to talk a lot more about bringing your presence to the present, being in the moment and being able to refine, being confident in any situation, if you will. I don't want to give it away too much, but we have a lot in store for the week. Even though it's just 9 to 12, we still have a lot of fun things in mind. There will be takeaways, whether it's an e-takeaway, electronic handout, if you will. A lot of people don't like paper anymore, but we have that. We'll have some keepsakes and also some workshop swag to keep you reminded of what we learned about. There'll also be a certificate of completion as well. And I'm looking forward to this workshop. I'm so encouraged by the amount of support I've received thus far to put on something like this. So I'm looking forward to having it be a successful launch to the business, as well as making it an annual event as a continual part of the business Polished Presence etiquette.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let's go into your 15 years now, Meloney, of experience in the field, in the industry. Tell us one surprising thing that people often don't realize about professional etiquette.
That it's not perfect. That it is just not perfect. Etiquette is respect dressed up, if you will. And from what you would have learned from home. And you're bringing it to the forefront, if you will. It's not rocket science. It isn't. It's just common sense. Yeah. And being considerate.
Well, I'm going to challenge you on that one, Meloney, because it's common sense to you because you've been doing it for 15 plus years. Maybe the average person, that's why they need your course.
Maybe.
Yeah, because, they don't know and they don't understand certain things. Do you have a real world example of someone who has benefited either personally or professionally from getting it right, from etiquette training?
I do. I have so many. Recently, I worked with a young lady. She wanted to represent Cayman on the international stage, and she was shy. She was extremely shy, and she wanted me to guide her through the process of any inevitables that would come up. And after a few sessions, believe you me, she could not stop saying how much she was grateful for the assistance, because one, she was extremely successful in the function that she attended, that she represented Cayman to the best of her ability. Two, she realized that she was miles ahead of many of the other folks who were around her. And she was extremely grateful for the knowledge that she was able to work with me. We rehearsed, we practiced, and that's what it also takes. It takes a bit of rehearsal, you know? So you're not just saying, okay, let me sit and learn. No, you're putting it into everyday, relatable, relevant experiences. So I was happy to do that with her. Another example, at an event, a very formal event, and a lot of us encounter this. Somebody's telephone rang, and they began to engage in a conversation on speakerphone.
Oh my God, no.
Can you say failure?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Very painful, very, very painful.
Yes.
So, you know, those are the instances where everyone would look to me to approach that person to say, please, can you
end
take
this
outside?
conversation?
Yes, in the gentle, diplomatic way that I
Yes.
know. So I'm happy to bring types of those secrets out to help others.
Yes.
And that's what I'm trying to do. Help my society learn and grow as we proceed and navigate the next stages of life. Yes.
And your business, you know, really is going to be geared towards helping individuals as well as organizations, because companies can book you
Yes.
to come in and train, whether it's support staff or high-level attorneys who,
Yes.
you know, just never got the etiquette training that they needed for whatever reason, making them more confident in interviews, network, and formal settings. Of course, in a minute here, we'll get some information on how people can reach out to you for that level of engagement. Let's talk now about the registration. How can people sign up for your upcoming Etiquette Week workshop?
Well, I'm excited. I'm very grateful for the support, as I mentioned. And so I needed to rein it in with the social media reach outs. So I've gotten a lot of assistance. So I'm on social media. The registration form, I can either email it to you directly, or you can email me at info@ppcetiquette.com, or you can find me on Instagram. The handle is PPC Etiquette, or on Facebook. You can find me by visiting Polished Presence Consulting. You can reach out to me on 925-2913, and we'll take it from there and get you sorted and get you situated correctly with elevating your presence.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And what can people expect to be included in the registration?
For the workshop, which is Monday through Friday,
Right.
the registration cost is covered under that. But if you do want to do the dining tutorial, that is an additional small fee to cover the restaurant expenses. But and that would be on the Friday. That's optional if you'd like to do that as well.
Okay.
Too. Yes.
All right. So they'll get a certificate.
They'll get a
completion
certificate of
Yep.
completion. Participants will also get the knowledge that they came to get, to walk away a lot more polished than when they walked into the door. And also some swag, some giveaways, some spot prizes, and also we're doing the dining tutorial, so you walk away with some dining tutorial keepsakes as well. Yes.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yes.
All right. So a little birdie told me that you are going to be doing a show coming up here, Miss Polished, and you're going to be giving us lots of tips and tricks on how to handle, difficult social, situations, dining situations, and so on. So let us pick your brain now for perhaps one of your favorite etiquette tips.
Wow. Well, let's see. I have so many. Drum roll, please. And that's it. You know, etiquette isn't about being stuffy and stiff. It's about being relevant. It's about being real and fun, and it can be humorous. So we're looking at what works and what doesn't work, what's polished and what's painful. So those are some tidbits that we're working on for the program. But I will tell you, when you sit in front of a dining table and you're sitting at your place setting, left and right, think of it that way. If you look at your hands and you make two letters, a B and a D. B is for bread, which is on your left.
So that's your bread plate.
That's your bread plate. And D is for drinks. That's your drinks. So if you put your fingers together and form that, say in your place, nobody has to know what's happening down there in your lap other than your napkin being in your lap. You're not sure, am I stealing somebody's bread plate? And that's over to the right.
I see.
You just align your letters, B and D, B to the left and D to the right. You should get it right.
Oh, that's a
But
good
of
one.
course, don't want to embarrass anybody if they stole your bread plate. So we will
Yes.
also cover that as well too.
Yes, how to adjust when necessary.
Yes.
All right, so let's tell people again where they can find you on social.
Sure. Find me, you can email me, info@ppcetiquette.com. My phone number, 925-2913. And also on social, on Instagram or Facebook. Instagram is PPC Etiquette, or Facebook, yes, Polished Presence Consulting.
Fantastic,
Yes.
fantastic. And what do you hope that attendees take away from the workshop experience?
I really hope that they would be able to come back to me and give me that testimonial where they have satisfied their knowledge with confidence. They are able to sit at a dining table. They're able to walk into a room with poise. They're able to navigate any social, any business, any type of situation with confidence, with ease, and to be able to come back and tell me, give me those real world experiences, how you were able to elevate your presence because of something that I may have said or that you may have learned just by, our interaction. So that to me is a big win. And I really would feel satisfied. That's my satisfaction, knowing that I've made a difference. Yes.
All right, folks. So Polished Present Consulting is bringing you a Polished Presence Etiquette Week workshop from July the 28th through August the 1st. But don't wait, because there is limited space. And it will be held at the Intergenerational Hub at the Youth Services Unit. That's right there in McClendon Drive. Easy to find. Lots of ample parking.
Right behind Price Right, if you're not picturing where that is.
Yes. Sessions, we've got a 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. morning session for our young people, ages 16 to 19, ideal for your high school and college-bound recent high school graduates and college-bound students, or even if it's a recent high school graduate that's going to take a year or two off and go work in the workforce. This is the kind of thing that they will benefit from a lot. And then anyone 20 plus, job seekers or young professionals or even older professionals who never really got the etiquette training at 6 p.m. until 9 p.m. the same week. So everything from social and professional etiquette, business and dining etiquette, public speaking and introductions, and tips from modern professionals, it's geared towards those people as well.
Yes.
And really will be interactive and hands-on with real life experience sessions.
Yes.
Again, info@ppcetiquette.com, 925-2913. And we'll put up a little barcode here where you can scan to register as well.
Yes.
Meloney Syms, thank you so much. This has been wonderful.
Thank you too. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to working with you. Thank you so much.
All right, folks.
Polished Presence Etiquette Week, July 28th to August 1st. Book now. Limited space available. Deadline July 18th. Email info@ppcetiquette.com or WhatsApp 925-2913.